joined now by head coach Darren Schoenrock after the 6-5 loss to Middle Tennessee. Coach, I know since we've been together for 13 years now, freebies is something you've always talked about. Oddly enough tonight, as I've got it unofficially, the freebies were even at 10 apiece. Difference is 8 of the freebies you gave away the first 3 innings, and that's where they did their damage with the 6 runs.
Yeah, we had a hard time getting the game under control, and James, I think out of the first 27 guys that came up, I think we had 13 of them in 3-ball counts. And so now defensively, you're on your heels. They're seeing every hitter's seeing more pitches, and Danny, Danny settled down somewhat after that was his first college outing, and we wanted to get his feet wet right there, and we could have went and got him in the when he walked the first 2, and I said we got to let him battle through some stuff, and we can do some of that with some young guys early to grow up, knowing that offensively we got the ability to hit extra base hits. And then the flip side of that is our quality at bats were not where they needed to be in the middle part of that game. That was the difference.
You've battled back from deficits all season long, and once again you get into this hole. You tied it up in the bottom of the first, but they're up 6-1 in the top of the third. This is starting to become a broken record, and it's not a good thing because it's always tough to come back. This time you weren't able to, although you made it 6-5.
Well, and the big error that Carlos made in center field was tough. It kind of probably a false first step or not a good read on the first step, and then you try to make up for it, and the ball skips on the wet grass. But sometimes defensively you try to do things when your guy on the mound's not commanding the zone like that. You try to do stuff kind of outside of yourself, but that hurt. Obviously that hurt, that thing going to the wall. But 2 of those guys reached base via the walk, and so they, you got to credit Middle Tennessee. They capitalize on mistakes, and that's what happens in college baseball. If you give stuff away, teams are going to score runs.
All right, let's take a look at some of the positives in this game. First of all, that's the second straight really good outing from Bennett. I think you found something here with Blake Bennett.
He's going to be a valuable commodity in the middle, and he's quick to the plate. He's up tempo. He attacks his own. He's got a little cutter, curveball. He flips in there, and you use him in certain spots like that. I think he can be very effective. He's worked really, really hard, and the bullpen is something new to him. He was a starter in junior college, and so he's made that transition now. He gets ready quick. Very encouraged with what Blake did tonight. He gave us a chance, and that's. If we have some middle relievers step up and do that, we're going to be okay, but we got to get the game under control.
What did you think of your young catcher who got his first collegiate start?
Not bad. And we're trying to pick and choose times where we give Jason some rest. And he had a big at-bat tonight, and that's tough coming off the bench.
Yeah.
He's been swinging the bat very well for us. But Sam, in these weeks we have 2 midweek games, he's going to have to get his feet wet. And I thought he handled the glove pretty well and made a throw and he handled the pitching. He handled the pitchers well.
Okay, and even more importantly, the sticks, which have not been what you expect. The batting average going into this game was not good. Meanwhile, they come in with a 300 batting average, and 6 guys over 300. You had 1 in your starting lineup. But the fact that Carrier hits that bomb in the 9th, Trella had an RBI double going the opposite way down the right field line. Maybe that ignites these guys, and we can see more consistency with the bats.
Yeah, we're an extra base hit team. We've got that ability through the lineup. So you look at more run producing than you do batting average, and if we're bunching singles, we got to play a little different. But we're kind of a big swing team, and we can do that. If I had it to do over again, I probably would have had Shrett take that 3-1 pitch in the 9th,
right.
Because he's a senior. He can give you a poised 3-2 at bat with Carey behind him. But Chris has struggled. We slid him up to the 2-hole tonight to try to energize him a little bit. And he got a little anxious his first few at bats, but he got a swing off, and that was good. Maybe that'll ignite him.
8 different Tigers have hit a home run already this year through the first 11 games. That's pretty incredible. Okay, tomorrow you get the final game with Middle Tennessee State. Jonathan Boland, last 2 outings, he's struggled. You need a big outing from him tomorrow.
Need a big outing. He got challenged tonight to give the team a lift early and attack the zone. And they can be pitched to, as we can, if you locate pitches. But you just got to command the count. That's what we didn't do tonight early. We didn't command the count, and that affects the flow, and that affects the umpire. It affects everything involved, the defense. Right. So we got to command counts and pitch and pitchers counts, and this team will be good if we do that. But I'm anxious to see Jonathan. I think you'll see a good Jonathan tomorrow.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach.
Thanks, Rock.